The intergalactic culinary competition was about to begin. At the front, a proud alien chef stood. His species was known for their advanced taste receptors, able to taste across the spectrum of the universe. When presented with human food, he scoffed. "Such primitive fare," he muttered, preparing to demonstrate his superior skills. But one bite of his opponent's dish, the Earth Burger, left him stunned. Could human food truly be this good? Chef Zontayer, a highly esteemed member of the critic species, entered the Great Galactic Food Tournament with a reputation for creating gourmet dishes no being could resist. His kind's taste buds were attuned to the rarest spices and flavors across the galaxy. They had tasted everything, except Earth cuisine. Zontayer sneered when he first saw the table filled with human food. The Earth Burger was just a simple sandwich of meat, bread, and vegetables. Amateurs, he thought. This will be no challenge. His competitor, a human chef named Jason, stood confidently beside his table, his hands busy perfecting his final touch on the burger. "Are you sure this will be enough to impress the Carricks? They have such high standards," Jason's assistant whispered. Jason grinned. "Trust me, Earth food is underrated." The moment arrived. Chef Zontayer took the first bite, his antennae twitching as he processed the overwhelming, unfamiliar taste. He had to admit, there was a strange, delicious complexity to the flavor. A perfect balance of savory, sweet, and salty. His mind raced. Was it possible that this humble Earth dish was far more sophisticated than it appeared? Zontayer couldn't contain his confusion. The human food had layers of flavor that transcended his expectations. How could something so primitive be this complex? He had tasted the finest dishes from across the galaxy. Yet this was something new. Jason's assistant looked at Zontayer's expression. "So what do you think?" Zontayer took another bite, his eyes closing as the flavors exploded on his tongue. "This is remarkable," he admitted, his voice a little softer than usual. "How could this Earth food have such depth? It's as though the very essence of flavor has been distilled into one simple creation." Jason smiled. "It's the soul of the dish. Earth's food is crafted with history, passion, and simplicity. We make food not just to survive, but to experience." Zontayer stood frozen for a moment, pondering. He had always prided himself on his ability to judge food with intellectual precision. But this was different. The Earth Burger wasn't just about flavor, it was about feeling. "I must learn more about your food, human," Zontayer said with a newfound respect. Jason laughed. "I knew you'd get it. I'll teach you everything." Over the following days, Zontayer and Jason worked together in the kitchen. Zontayer began to experiment with human ingredients: bread, beef, lettuce, and even simple condiments. He had always seen these as basic, insignificant items. But now, with Jason's guidance, he found new ways to mix flavors and create something fresh. But Zontayer's true test came when they had to face the ultimate challenge: the galactic platter, a dish requiring the perfect blend of multiple species food. Zontayer's confidence was shaken. Could he truly combine Earth's ingredients with the complex flavors of the galaxy? As the deadline approached, Zontayer hesitated. His species was known for their culinary perfection, but now, with Earth food at the core of his creation, would it be enough to impress the judges? "You've got this," Jason reassured him. "We're in this together." Zontayer took a deep breath and began. This time, he didn't rely solely on his advanced taste receptors. He relied on something more: creativity, passion, the feeling behind each ingredient. The final dish was set before the judges. Chef Zontayer, now no longer just an alien chef but a student of Earth cuisine, stood nervously. The platter glistened with vibrant colors, a fusion of galactic flavors intertwined with the familiar simplicity of human food. The judges, a mix of advanced beings from across the galaxy, tasted the creation one by one. Silence filled the air. Finally, the chief judge, a massive, armored creature from the Shuren system, spoke. This is unlike anything we have ever tasted." He turned to Zontayer, his expression unreadable. "You have combined the heart of Earth with the finest elements of our culinary arts." Zontayer could hardly breathe as the chief judge continued. "It is not just food, it is art." Jason's eyes lit up. "We did it." Zontayer's eyes glistened with pride. "It's more than I ever expected. This food, it has a soul." After the victory, Chef Zontair's reputation exploded across the galaxy. The once arrogant Carrick chef, who scoffed at Earth's primitive food, was now a champion of its flavors. Zontair continued to work alongside Jason, teaching his people to appreciate Earth's food. Slowly, they began to open their minds and their taste buds. But Zontair learned something beyond culinary skill. He learned that sometimes, the simplest things in life hold the most power. Earth's food was an expression of humanity itself, diverse, unexpected, and full of heart. At a grand feast, Zontair stood before an audience of intergalactic elites, holding an Earth-made burger high. "I once laughed at your food," he said, his voice carrying across the room. "But now, I understand what makes it special. It's not about perfection, it's about passion." Jason raised his glass. To passion and simplicity. The crowd erupted in applause. For the first time, Zontair knew that true culinary greatness wasn't about complexity. It was about sharing a piece of yourself with others. As the years passed, Zontair became a celebrated ambassador for Earth food, traveling across the galaxy with Jason to teach others the power of simplicity. His restaurant became a meeting point for diplomats, traders, and travelers who sought a taste of humanity's culinary magic. But every night, Zontair would reflect on the one simple lesson he had learned. Food wasn't about the most exotic ingredients or the most complex techniques. It was about the connections it created, the love, the care, and the story behind every meal. And so, as Zontair looked out into the stars, he thought of Earth, the place where food wasn't just sustenance, but a way of life. And he smiled, knowing that the galaxy would never view human food the same way again.